want to ask you two questions. How have you been feeling? Have you been angry, afraid, fed up, tired, sad, maybe happy? What about this? Have you been ever asked to do something but you keep putting it off? I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it before I go to bed. I'll do it sometime, and it never gets done. Tonight's story is about a man, well, a rather soggy man, who decided he would run away from God and try to hide. His name was Jonah. Jonah's found in the Bible, and I hope you enjoy the story. Once there was a man called Jonah. He was a prophet, which means he gave messages from God to people. One day God told him to go to the city of Nineveh and tell them to stop doing bad things or God would punish them. But Jonah did not want to go to Nineveh. He did not like the people there. He wanted God to punish them and not forgive them. So he ran away to the town of Joppa by the seaside. He saw a ship going to a faraway place and decided to buy a ticket and get onto it. He thought God would not be able to find him there. When Jonah got onto the ship, he was feeling very tired and decided to go straight to sleep. He didn't know that there was a storm above the deck. A great wind was blowing the ship across the waves and it was about to break into pieces. The captain and his men were throwing things into the sea to try to stop the boat from sinking, but it wasn't working. All the men were praying to their gods. When the captain noticed that Jonah was still sleeping, he woke him and told him to pray to his God for help. Jonah explained the storm was his fault. God had sent it to stop Jonah from running away. "If you throw me overboard," Jonah said, "the storm will stop." The men didn't want to do this and kept on trying to save their ship from sinking. The storm became worse and worse until finally the captain and his men decided to throw Jonah into the water. They asked God to forgive them and then tossed him overboard. Immediately the sea became calm and the men thanked God. Meanwhile, Jonah sank deeper and deeper into the water, but God had prepared a big fish to find him and swallow him up. Jonah was now inside the belly of the fish. He began to thank God for saving him from drowning in the sea. He realised it was silly to run away from God. Jonah stayed inside the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. Then God told the fish to give a big cough and Jonah shot out of his mouth onto dry land. He was very happy to be out of the fish. God told Jonah to go to Nineveh and tell the people to stop being bad. So this time Jonah did what he was asked and went to the city. He told the men, the women and the children God was very sad about all the bad things they were doing. The people were very upset when they heard what Jonah had said. Soon everyone, including the king, prayed to God and said they were sorry. God was very glad to forgive them, but this made Jonah so angry. He didn't think they should be forgiven. He sat outside the city and hoped God would change his mind and punish them. While Jonah was sitting, it became very hot, so God made a nice plant with big green leaves to grow up and stop the sun from burning Jonah. This made Jonah very happy. The next day, God sent a worm to gobble up the plant. Then the sun beat down on Jonah's head and he became hot and sweaty and most unhappy. He sulked and wished he could die. Then God spoke to him. "You are sad, Jonah, about the plant which shriveled up, but you did not make it or look after it. The people of Nineveh are much more important than the plant. I love them and I will forgive them." God has a plan for your life and my life. Will you keep running away like Jonah did? Will you try to hide like Jonah? But you must remember that you can't run away from God. You can't hide from God because God knows everything. So don't be afraid and trust in God.